Yeah, this is Elder Blacklight. I want you to know that I'm still talking about reparations. I'm still talking about con men and tricknology. This video is about Jesus. And the name of this video is going to be Jesus has the same beef we have it today with the mafia and the Zionist Jews. Jesus had beef. I'm breaking it down on so y'all could really understand, you know, Jesus was a revolutionary. He would be equivalent to a Malcolm X or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Not Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, he didn't start turning revolutionary until almost the end of his life. It took a whole lot for him to see the disguise or the mask that the facade that the Caucasian was hiding under because of his Christian upbringing. Now, today you see the Christians want to claim Jesus and the Jews want to claim Jesus. These are the two that murdered Jesus. You know, these are the two that they say they murdered him. We don't go along with, for the sake of what I'm trying to get you to see, we're going to go along with what they say. But Jesus actually did a Machiavellian on him. Like y'all say Tupac did, like y'all say Michael doing, you know. Well, Jesus actually did that. But we're going to let it, for the sake of what I'm trying to get across, we're going to let it, yeah, we're going to say that they crucified him. But really, they tried to crucify him. But he was too deep for him. See, all those like Tupac and those entertainers, those brothers were very intellectual. They read about revolutionary, especially Tupac. But anyway, uh, Jesus' beef was just like J. Edgar Hoover said, we got to stop the rise of a Messiah who can galvanize the people. Well, where did he get that from? He got it from the New Testament or the Bible. King Herod was trying to stop the rise of the Messiah, so he said kill all the black children. I mean, kill all the boys at that time, but they were black. It's because the story is really talking about what's happening now. And he called that, Farrakhan called it the historical Jesus. So he went to Egypt, got supreme wisdom, came back, and he was speaking out just like John the Baptist was his forerunner. John the Baptist would be sort of like Marcus Garvey and Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali. And they were the forerunners of Messenger Elijah Muhammad. They had knowledge, but they didn't have the deep knowledge, you know. And this was given to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad by way of Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And so he taught that to us. Well, Jesus, you know, he was running something similar, but he didn't have the knowledge that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had. And the Prophet Muhammad, you know, he was just sent to the Arabs. And he had the deepest knowledge of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, or the deepest wisdom, put it like that. So Jesus went up, you know, you had these preachers who are working for the Romans, really, to keep the people, to pacify the people, keep them calm down. And they making money. Well, you got all these Pueblo dollars and all these preachers, and some brothers that turn hypocrite. And you got these young brothers, Nature Boy, they working for Caucasian. They you know, they that's where they getting their finance from now. You know, it already came out that Nature Boy is working for Caucasians because they showed him having a sexual encounter with a Caucasian. And young Pharaoh, he's doing that kickboxing. He only got in his corner a Caucasian, you know. So they're investing in young Pharaoh, and young Pharaoh is taking the real truth, you know. He got some knowledge of the truth, but it was given to him by the Caucasian. And he never did study the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's why now you got Nature Boy kind of studied the teachings. But Nature Boy can't go along with all of it because his pimp told him he couldn't do it. And young Pharaoh, he know that those teachers are so powerful. That's why he coming up against the Nation of Islam. Regardless if they say Farrakhan went hypocrite or not, you know, the teachings is still powerful. Even though he might have tried to deviate a little bit. But he can't mess with them, just like the Bible. If you understand the actual meaning of the Bible, even though they try to deviate the Bible or erase some things from the Bible, you can't really mess with it because if you're divinely inspired to decipher and read between the lines of the Bible, if you're so inclined to do so, say seek and you will find. Well, you know, the real brother who really want to know the truth through divine inspiration and revelations, he will find the truth, because the criteria to find the truth is the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's the criteria to find the truth of both the Bible and the Quran and the Torah, for that fact. So Jesus, you know, he was beefing with the Jews and the Pharisees. He turned over the tables in the temple because they was collecting donations and money, just like they doing now on YouTube. And the Pharisees got mad and said Jesus got to go. So they went to the occupiers of the land at that time, which is the Romans. Now you could trace that all the way back, all the way up to nowadays to the Vatican with the Pope. He a Roman, right? Or he working for Rome and the Italian mafia and all them. The big mafia. You got the Jewish mafia, you got the Italian mafia. They running the planet, you know. And so They tried to say in the Bible that they, put Jesus on the cross and crucified him. And then they're going to say he rose, again, because we're getting up to Easter now, And that's why I'm speaking this way. They're going to say he rose again, and then he went all the way up to heaven, and he been laying up there. He been in heaven all this time, still alive or something, you know. Anyway, y'all believe in it. That's a con game, All this is con. But Jesus was a revolutionary, and we could also tune in on you. There's brothers that can do that now, tune in, you know. And anyway, Jesus had beef with the Jews and the Romans. They plotted to kill Jesus. And all the people that's before you now claiming that they are something divine, the Son of Man, Jesus, they trying to give themselves that title, and that's how they conning on you, But the Jews, all your money that you put in taxes and stuff is going over to Israel now. Trump done, he done sold out, and everybody's talking about Trump had a lot of money, yeah, but the Rothschilds got more money, And so we're gonna continue this one right here. This gonna be part one. Jesus had beef with the Italians and the Jews. This is Black Light. Stay tuned for part two.